everyone, it's Jen. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so excited to be on here. I am sharing what I'm entering into Scrap Diva 29's 26,000 subscriber challenge. I'll leave her link down below. I'm sure you all know Erica. She's such an amazing crafter, and she's on a bunch of design teams, and she shows new releases of dies and papers and all sorts of good things, and shows, and her projects that she makes with them are so awesome and inspiring. And just I'm so glad that I'm following her on Instagram, YouTube, and everything. So I was so excited when she announced she was doing this challenge because I really wanted to participate. So yeah, so her challenge involves you make a few different things and send them in, and then she has a bunch of good prizes to give away to people. I think there are like 12 prizes. So you guys head on over there and try and enter too, because it's really fun to do these things. So the first thing I'm sending her is this, and this is not in the requirements, but I wanted to show it anyway. I made this little box. Happy Meal Queen had a tutorial recently on how to make these little like card boxes. Actually, hers were bigger. They were like policy envelope size. And I did show some of those on YouTube and Instagram, but I adapted this to fit a memory decks card. So if anybody wants to know how I did that, just let me know and I'll show you guys. But so this is the box that I made. I sewed together 2 pieces of paper to make a box and stitched it together. And that's the back. I thought that was very appropriate. This whole challenge I used, it's a theme called Happiness is Homemade by Echo Park, which I'll show you. But anyway, this sticker and this piece of ephemera was from that collection. So, and then I took this high puffy, like it's a Thickers, and I stitched that on too. And then I stitched on some trim that I had gotten from Michael's in that one of those big trim bundles. Put some Velcro on there from Dollar Tree, and this is the memory decks card I made. I showed this on Instagram, so you guys may have seen it already, but I just thought it came out so cute. It's so pastel, and I think memory decks cards are pretty much supposed to represent the person who sends them. So this is me, just pastel and just light colors and not a whole lot going on. So that's me. Anyway, I used this. I really love this like cloud trim. This was, I think I had gotten it from KS Crafts recently, one of their border dies. So I used that. I used some of the pink trim. This was also in the Michael's bundle. And this was a new die I got, a couple of beads from Pebbles. This is some pretty paper that I had gotten recently too, and same for these. So I won't go into too much detail, but anyway, and on the back has all my information. It has my address on it, so I'm just not going to show it. But so yeah, that's what I'm going to send, just so you know she has my information and she could add it to her Rolodex box or whatever. So all right, let's move that out of the way, and I will show you my main project. The requirement was to either make a 3D project or a couple of other things, and I decided to make the 3D project. And like I said, I used the Happiness is Homemade collection by Echo Park. So I made this tissue box cover, and you guys know that I love to make these tissue box covers. I make them for every season for my powder room. I've made some for my craft room. I've sold a couple of them. And they're just so fun because you can vary the themes and, you know, decorations and all sorts of things. So Erica, one of her hobbies is baking. So I thought I'd make this like a kitchen theme. So as you can see, it says Erica's Kitchen, which I stamped out. I really like the stamp set. I had gotten it at Michael's. It was like in their $2 bin, and the letters are really tiny. And I like that you could just stamp them on, and it's okay if they're a little wonky because that just adds a little bit to the charm, I think. So yeah, so this is the front, and I used some basic paper I'd gotten at Joann's for the background, but this yellow gingham is from the Echo Park collection. I used some pom-pom trim, a little enamel piece from Allie, and I'll just take you around to the different sides. This is the roof, and I just love this print. Isn't that adorable? All the different kitchen elements. There's apron and canisters and pies and stuff. So cute, right? And this chimney, I made this nice red tile print kind of thing. So we'll go to this side, and I just added a window, and I made a little flower box. I had a die for that in my stash, so I just added that on, and this is a little bit of trim that I had that looks like flowers. And this was, I have another border die in my stash, and I just cut out some green paper. That's from a different paper line, actually. So that's the one side. The back, I used a piece of ephemera from that collection pack from Hobby Lobby. I forget what it was called, but it's one of their newer Paper Studio packs. If you hear voices, my son's playing video games in the other room. And then this Baked to Perfection, this was a sticker from the Echo Park line, and I added a little button that I just cut the shank off. So there's that side, that's the back. And the other side I added, not ephemera, this was a piece of, the other one too, cut apart from the collection that I just used a die to trim it out a little bit. And I added some bling down there, but I put it on before I put the grass, so it's kind of hard to see, but there's that. So of course I'm going to include a tissue box inside. That's what it looks like inside. And I won't open it, so, you know, she can start it, but the tissue comes out the chimney. Isn't that cute? I just love it. I hope she likes it too. Hope you like it, Erica. So that's my main project. I'll just, we'll put it over there like that. And then I'll show you the other things I included. You're also supposed to include 3 embellishments in sets of 2. So I continued on with the Happiness is Homemade theme. This was one of the embellishments, a set of 2 of them. I showed this on Instagram. These aren't these mixers adorable? This is a die set from KS Crafts on Ally, and I love making these too because obviously you can make it into a shaker. Sorry about the glare. I've already packaged these up, so I'm just going to leave it in there. But so I added some different sequins and stuff from Cartwright and some other ones I had that kind of matched the paper collection, the colors. And yeah, I really like the gingham background in this because it looks so nice on the trim, I think. And there's that red tile print that I'd used on the chimney and the tissue box. I added an eyelet and a jump ring and a cute little sticker with some other paper from the collection. I put it on pop dots and removable glue dots, so she can just take this off, pop it off the back, and put it on whatever project she wants. So yeah, that's just a piece of the cardstock in the back, and it's double-sided, so that's what the back looks like. So there's that one, and this one looks similar. I just alternated the trim and the background for both of the mixers, but other than that, the colors are a little bit different. Obviously the tag is a little different, the sayings, and there's just a little bit more pink in this one. So I just think these came out so cute. Ah, I love them. Love, love, love. So there's those 2. And then the next set of embellishments I made were these sets of pinwheels. And if you guys watch my channel, I did a tutorial recently on how to make the pinwheels without a die, but I did use my die for these because it's just easier if you do have it. So I made 4 pinwheels for each embellishment set, and these were made out of the paper from Happiness is Homemade. And for the topper, I added a couple little doilies. I'll just show you on the back so you can see it a little easier, and stapled them on. And I put some ephemera well, this is from a different collection. I think it's like Spring or something like that from Echo Park. And I used a steel rule die to cut out the faux leather from Hobby Lobby just to add to that. Same for this one. I think pinwheels are really summery, of course, and I don't know. I just kind of thought it went with this collection, even though they're not, baking related, but they're still kind of cute. You could stick them in a cupcake, right? They're made with lollipop sticks, so Yeah, there you go. There's my baking contribution to that one. And the last set of embellishments I made, okay, one of them, one of the requirements for the challenge was one of the sets of embellishments was to include one charm, one eyelet, and one tassel in at least one set. So this is the set that I did that. And these recipe cards were cut aparts in the collection. Are they pretty? I just left them blank so, you know, she can use them for whatever. But this, I'm hoping this counts as a tassel, even though there isn't like, you know, yarn or floss or anything on the bottom. But I made these measuring cups, these shaker measuring cups, to be the bottom of the tassel. And I threaded in some ribbon and a couple of wooden beads. And there's a charm there. This one, I don't know if you can see, it's a little measuring cup. And I added a lobster clasp. And there's my eyelet. So it has a charm, a tassel, and the eyelet. So that's my interpretation of that requirement. I'll show you the other one too. It's very similar. It's got the recipe cards. These measuring, did I say measuring cups? They're measuring spoons, which I added some tiny little sequins and seed beads. And I also used the same ribbon on this one and a couple more wooden beads. And look at this charm. It's a little mixer. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Lobster clasp and eyelet there. Actually, each card has an eyelet on it because I didn't want it to rip. And I have these giant jump rings. They're colored, like I have these blue ones and pink, and it comes with gold and silver. Those I bought a while ago in the Target. Not in the dollar spot. They were actually in just the regular craft section at Target, like in the kids' crafts. So, yeah. So, okay. That is my entry into Erica's challenge. Hope you guys like. As you can see, it all keeps within the same theme, color-wise anyway. And Happiness is Homemade. I think they look very pioneer woman, don't you? I don't know if you guys follow her, but Bree Drummond, she has like, you know, cooking shows and a blog and books, and she's so funny, and she has like a cookware line at Walmart, and everything is like in these kind of colors. So yeah, so I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think down below. If you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you would join us here on my channel and subscribe. And thanks for everybody who does watch my videos and leaves such nice comments all the time. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I try to respond to each comment I get because I do appreciate you, and I'm so happy that you guys are here. So thanks again. I'll leave the link to Erica's channel. Actually, I'll leave it right to that video so you can see what's what if you want to join too. So that's it. I will talk to you guys later, and give me a thumbs up, please, if you would like to. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Bye.